Democrats are vowing to keep fighting after Senate Republicans used the filibuster to kill a voting rights bill, at least for now. Now, we did preview the vote yesterday, first at 4. The final tally was along party lines, 50-50. Now, because of the filibuster, 60 votes are needed to move any bill forward in the Senate. Democrats say the For the People Act is needed to fight a wave of restrictive election reforms. Republicans say voting rules should be handled by the states. Paula Tutman joins us this afternoon with a closer look at the battle playing out across the country and right here in Michigan. Paula.
Yeah, hi, Karen. So, of course, voters' rights, I should say. The issue is front and center. Let me lose this umbrella or I'm going to blow away. So the issue is front and center, but it is following two separate but equal tracks, the federal level as well as the state level. And as you mentioned, last night's Senate vote actually shows the intersection of both. The U.S. Senate's failure to advance a bill that Democrats say would ensure voter protections for all legal voters runs a parallel track with states like Michigan, which has proposed a list of ways to restrict votes or protect the integrity of votes, depending largely on what voting party you belong to. Democrats at the state and federal level have been working to block what they believe is a wave of voter restrictions in states with Republican-led legislatures, though the chair of Oakland County's GOP says his party is actually trying to make voting easier.
What the Democratic leadership at the federal level were trying to do is basically ensure that they stay in power and they eliminate any type of party opposition to the Democratic Party.
But according to Oakland University's department head for political science, the continued erosion in voter confidence and continued efforts led by Republicans on the state and national level to restrict voting is a threat to people electing government as opposed to government electing government.
There is an intentional policy to try to undermine confidence in our electoral system because at least one party in our two-party system, the Republicans, believes that will be to their advantage, that they do better when fewer people vote.
The filibuster is key to settling the argument.
The yeas are 50, the nays are 50.
Given the rules of the Senate, in order to begin debate, you have to have 60 votes. And so they couldn't get that because the Republicans stood in lockstep to prevent a debate on this, I think, what's For the People Act, which is the voting rights bill that came out of the House.
And there is a huge divide in the nation, depending on which goggles you're looking through.
It's not far off the mark to describe many of these restrictions as a new form of Jim Crow.
Jim Crow was disgusting. Voter laws that prohibited people and stopped them from voting, those laws should be fought against, should be fought against, and we should fight racism. But we should also not mar rational laws that prevent cheating and mar them in a racial comment.
So the state of Michigan continues to push what Republicans call reform and what Democrats call suppression. They continue to push that issue, despite the fact, Karen, with what you even mentioned earlier in the show, that Senate oversight largely by Republicans, that state senator oversight report that there is no evidence of widespread voter fraud.
All right, Paula Tutman live for us this afternoon on a very controversial topic. Still ahead, here first at 4. Have you heard about the airline